I just got my first mystery tackle box, and I'm really excited to open it up and check out what's in there. I got the mystery tackle box for $5 because they were running a special, $4.99 instead of the normal $16.99 per month that it usually is. So this is my first mystery tackle box. I'm pretty excited. Obviously, I got the regular one. I didn't get the Pro, so they sent it in a little brown box. It's pretty cool. It's a little smaller than I expected, actually, because I usually see people with like a shoebox size. That is what I got in this box. What's inside? We have the Z-Man Chatterbait. Can't go wrong. I probably don't need to explain too much about what this is. It's a dark color. It looks like a green pumpkin. Oh, Candy Craw, sorry. Candy Craw color. One thing I did notice is that this is a pretty big one. It's a 3/8 ounce chatterbait. That's a big chatterbait. It's heavy, so it may not be awesome for bank fishing in ponds, which is the majority of my fishing. Like a 5/0 hook or something, I don't know. But you know, hey, it's a chatterbait. The original Shad 80X, shad imitation. It's a pretty nice looking bait. It's very attractive. Like it's definitely going to catch the angler. I'm not so sure if it's going to catch fish here in my local area. Looks like nice hooks. It is a 0 to 2.3 meter diver. So all right, moderately deep diver. Wow, hooks are very sharp. Of course, they're barbed trebles. Nice deep diving crankbait. Got some nice rattle to it. I mean, look, this is a great looking bait. It's beautiful. Let's see how it works. This is the Sematis baits. I don't have any idea what this company is or who they are. Never heard of them before. Notably, they are made in USA, so that's nice. Also notably not for human consumption because they look so delicious. They smell like plastic. They smell totally like plastic. This is a nice paddle-tail, sort of paddle-tail worm. It's actually, I don't know if you can see this. It's a triple, it's like a triple tail thing. Kind of unusual, actually. Really curious to see what this does in the water. Huh. You know what surprises me about this bait? This, to me, just holding it in my hand for the first time, looks perfect for a Ned rig, but I don't have any Ned rig heads in my box. If I had been putting together a truly customized box, I probably would have included some Ned rig heads in this, because look at that. That looks like Ned rig all day long. I would eat that if I was a fish. I might use it as a trailer on the chatterbait because in my water, this profile is not going to be too big. Super excited about these. Biobug from Biospawn. This is, as I mentioned before, this is a brand new bait that came out. It's a little slimmer profile than the Vile Craw. This is green pumpkin colored, of course, which is perfect. So yeah, it's a slimmer profile than the Vile Craw as far as the actual claws. They're not quite as wide and not quite as long. I'm gonna open these up here to get those appendages moving. Yeah, so that's really movie. And what's interesting about this one too is, can you see there are holes in the body, in the thick body of the bug there? That's pretty cool. So I have a feeling that's going to make this action really interesting and flowing like this. It's got a nice thick body that you can Texas rig, or, you know, of course you could use this as a trailer. They actually smell like licorice, which is kind of strange. This genetically modified artificial life form has attributes that stimulate predators to strike. And the last thing in the package is from Carl Stash, a couple bullet weights. 64 cents worth of bullet weights, which translates to 3 bullet weights. 1/8 ounce little bullet weights. This is fun to unpack a box. One of the things I did notice as I was registering for MTB is that really they didn't ask a whole lot about my fishing style. So, you know, just a tip for MTB in case anybody from there is watching this video, it would be awesome to not just regionalize, you know, based on the season, but also ask your customers a little bit more information. Do you normally fish from bank, or do you normally fish from a boat? Are you a kayak fisherman? I would like a little bit more personalization in the box, just for me. Maybe that's because I'm a woman and I'm used to clothing subscription boxes where they're highly personalized. You've literally got somebody personal shopping for you. I happen to love that, but I'm not complaining. Look, it's $5 for a bunch of stuff that I definitely couldn't have bought for $5. Let's go grab our rod and get fishing.
Okay, I've made it to my spot here. This is a pond that actually used to be a reservoir many years ago. It's in the residential area, sort of, but you have to hike in here on foot through some pretty gnarly woods. I tied on the chatterbait first, and we're gonna see what we see. Here it is, with some gook on it already. Whoa, another little guy. All right. Hold your panties. God, are you the twin of the other one? All right. These little guys are so aggressive. Look at that. Another very pretty little bass. Healthy. Put you back in there. Alright, so I'm not catching big fish on this, but I'm catching some fish. Wouldn't you know it, I switched to the shad imitation, and first cast I caught a fish and didn't have my camera on, but it was about a 14-inch little bass. I got him back in the water fast, so I don't have any footage of him. But yeah, apparently this shad imitation actually works. Let's see if we can catch his big brother. We are back for the second day of the mystery tackle box attempt at a slam. My husband was kind enough to retrieve my shad 80X lure from this tree that I got it stuck in. And despite the horrible weather, it's rainy, windy, about 40 degrees today, I'm gonna give it a shot. So here we go. Okay, got a nice little fish here. Oh, he took this right at my, oh shoot. Sorry buddy. Okay, bye. He took that right at my feet. I hope he's okay. Oh, got a little guy. Alright, let's try not to drop this one. Come here, buddy. Oh, you're little. Ow! Alright. Oh, barely hooked. Oh my god. Barely hooked. Pretty little fish. Whoa! It is just slippery out here. Whew. One of the mistakes a lot of us make with crankbaits, jerkbaits, is not fishing them all the way in, not fishing it all the way to your feet. Yesterday, I actually had a fish bite this lure. He was like right there under this tree. Scared the living daylights out of me, and I didn't have my camera running. So I don't have it on film, but it's a great reminder that fish can be anywhere, you know, close to you. So fish it all the way in. Okay, so I've caught enough fish, I think, on the shad imitation, and it's now in a tree. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to take the vile bug, and use him on a regular jig head, weedless jig head. It's a new one. It's real similar colors to the chatterbait, but it's a jig head, so a little bit more finessey and hopefully a little more weedless. So we're going to see what happens with that. Okay, so I've been trying to fish on the vile bug for a while now and nothing. I think maybe it's just terrible conditions for jigging, which makes sense, but I'm going to give it a couple more casts, and if I don't get anything, I might just switch back to another crankbait that isn't part of my mystery tackle box. Just because I've been catching fish on crankbaits today. And it's too freaking cold out here to be not catching fish. GoPro. Oh, there's a guy. And did he come off? Fart! That was a bite. Let's try for him again. My logic here is that in this little cove over here, it's a little bit calmer, not as subject to all the wind. So a jig type bait might work better. To be honest with you, I think I'm fishing this thing too fast too. Nope, not a guy. Really looks good in the water. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks great clambering over those wood. That's kind of a dumb place to put a jig. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, I'm not getting anywhere with jigging at all, and neither is Brian. So I'm going to go back to a swim bait. I lost the one that came in my MTB, so I'm going to switch to a Rapala Husky Jerk. Oh, not a fish. I think we're going to give up. It is really, really cold. It's about 40 degrees and raining out here, very windy, and neither of us have had a bite in the last probably 45 minutes. It's cold. I'm hiding inside the abandoned pump house that's right here on the pond. Check this thing out. It's super cool. Little tiny brick pump house. This is the platform that I stand on when I'm fishing right behind me in the pond. I got 2 fish on that crankbait that Brian retrieved from the tree for me, so I was super happy about that. It's in a different tree now. I'm looking for it online and it's not in the Carl's store. It's not anywhere else. Can't find it, can't replace it. So, oh well. At least I know that shad imitations actually do work in ponds where there are no shad. I did switch to the vile bug and nothing. I think that this weather is just absolutely crap for finesse bait. It is, like I said, windy, lots of disturbance on the surface of the water, and hard to fish a slow finesse bait also when you're freezing to death. So I did not complete the MTB slam, but I did catch fish on the crankbait for sure and the chatterbait, so I call that a win anyway. That was my mystery tackle box experience for my first MTB. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to give it another couple months and see what I think of subsequent boxes. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you might have learned a little something. I did. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe
and hit the notification bell.